Okay, now I decided I'm going to do another video on if you're going to record and say chat in Blizzard's chat, you got to be mindful that the default will show your real character's name, etc. Okay, and be also mindful that if you were talking about any info, you should be mindful of that too because it will show up. We're mucking around with some of that and we encountered this kind of thing. So we're gonna load the game, okay, and then I'll show you the different features that they have. And the humming in the background is my air conditioner to keep it cool and dry in here. Okay? So right now you see this lady here, Ingla, and this is the YouTuber I'm sort of schooling with. But what you do is you hit the escape key, go to options, and I think it was under gameplay, if I'm not mistaken. No. Connect. Chat settings. Chat bubbles, chat colors, additional options. Here it is here. So first of all, if you're gonna stream, you definitely want the language filter on. You don't want some rando going blah, 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 and it's showing up on YouTube, especially in the first 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, apparently YouTube has the thing where you can mildly start swearing. Now, as you can see, it's disabled. Now, here are the options, okay? Streamer mode hides real IDs and replaces the character and account names with randomized versions. So that, instead of seeing Ingla, right, you would see some other random thing. But you knowing it's them, I guess, in some way. A button binding to toggle the mode can be defined under the control system. A button binding to the toggle mode can be defined under the control system. In-game player recording will still work regardless of the state of this option. So I guess what they're saying there is, if you had 4 friends and you had that on, you can set up like a button to bind the mode to turn it on and off. So like, okay, everybody, we're going to record a video, click it on, right? And you're all 4 people are in a party and whatever, and then the names are all hidden, right? And here are the options, right? You have, okay, disabled, right, which shows everything. Obfuscate your own identifiers, so me to you looks all blah blah blah, right? And if I'm recording, I also I probably want the identifiers of other players hidden, which is hide other player names, right? That's unless you have their permission to do so, in which case go ahead. Or you can just obfuscate all the identifiers. And what that does is it'll just make it look gibberish, or it'll give fake names or whatever, and that way, nobody's gonna harass or bother the people you're playing with. That's another thing about why this system exists. However, the one thing I don't like about it is that there isn't an option to turn it right off. Okay, so that if I'm streaming, right, I don't want it seen. Period. Like that's kind of a what? I scratch my head because this is why people use nicknames and things like that when they're in chat, because it hides their real names, right? Like Chronos Chiron or whatever is not my real name. However, anyway, yeah, so What's this? Allows you to see other players on your network who are currently online. So I guess if I click that off, that disabling this viewer principle of you seeing the other players on your network and them seeing you. So that's how I think you turn it off. Off. So things to experiment with as you're doing things. You can, you know. Oh yeah, here's my block list. It's not very big. Yeah. Don't like those people. They're not nice people. Anyway, yeah, and if you wanted to do this, you could, if you got a real tight group of friends, you get online and then just ding, 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 right? Um, okay, okay, okay. I should put that on. Anyway, so I just wanted to make this little quick video just so that people can see that. Okay? Anyway, guys, take care.